Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. This is Mohiddin Ahmed, English teacher, Milestone School and College, Sector 4 branch. Like other days, today I am going to discuss another topic, and our topic is how to write a paragraph. In this lecture, I shall try to describe different kind of rules and regulation for writing a paragraph, and I shall focus this rule and regulation on particular paragraph, and our paragraph will be a day laborer. I think you will enjoy the class. And it is mentioned that our classwork number is 33. Very beginning of the lecture, I shall try to review the previous classes. In our previous class, we discussed model question 23, and in that model question, we learned a lot of things. Among all of them, I have selected a passage where we can fill up the different gaps by using clue, and the passage is here, and given clue are this. So by using this clue, we shall try to fill up the passage, and within few minutes you try your best to fill up the passage, and after then you will rectify your answer from the given answer. And now we shall try to read the passage. If you covet all, you may lose all. One day a dog stole a piece of meat from a butcher's shop. On the way it was crossing a bridge with the piece of meat. Suddenly it looked under the bridge and saw its own shadow in the clear water. The dog was very greedy and he wanted to get the piece of meat, so it barked at its own shadow. As it opened its mouth, the piece of meat fell into the water and was lost forever. So this is the gaps, this is the full passage, and I think your all answer are correct. Thank you very much for writing this. Now it is the time for starting our lesson, and at first we shall focus on the teaching point of this lecture, and I have written some teaching point here. And first one is what is a paragraph, second structure of paragraph, and third elements of paragraph, and finally a paragraph writing. It is a sample paragraph writing on a day laborer. We shall try to focus all the rules and regulation for writing paragraph on any particular paragraph, and it is day laborer. What is a paragraph? A paragraph is a series of sentences that are organized and all are related to a single topic dealing with a particular point or idea. Very important thing, dealing with particular point or idea. You cannot deal for writing paragraph more than one topic. Only one topic you will describe, then your paragraph will be appropriate. A paragraph consists of one or more sentences. Be careful. You can write a paragraph in a one single sentence. Moreover, if you can write a paragraph more than one sentences. It is completely depend on your capability and your freedom. Next para is the purpose of paragraph. The purpose of paragraph is to express a speaker's thought on a particular point in a clear way that is unique and specific to that paragraph. So this line is the very important for expression the purpose of paragraph. Any particular point you have to describe clearly, and unique and specific thought you have to mention. That is why your paragraph will be perfect. In other words, paragraphs should not be mixing thoughts or idea. In a single paragraph, you cannot mix different thoughts, different idea, so that your paragraph will be invalid. When a new idea is introduced, generally a writer will introduce a new paragraph. So whenever a question about the new idea, you can write another paragraph, but in a single paragraph you cannot mingle different idea, different thought for writing a particular paragraph. There are some structure of writing a paragraph. These are: first one, topic sentence. A topic sentence is the first sentence of the body of paragraph. Simplify put, the topic sentence introduces the topic of the paragraph. A good topic sentence will be broad enough to allow for making clear, but narrow enough that it does not require a paragraph that is too long. So topic sentence we have to write in such a way that there is a clear idea what will be the paragraph, and here we shall also write the definition or the introductory idea of the paragraph. So topic sentence we can easily understand the length and the pattern of the paragraph clearly. Next one, supporting sentence. The supporting sentences of a paragraph are the sentences between the topic sentence and the concluding sentence. My dear student, here between the topic sentence and the concluding sentence, there are three types of sentence in a paragraph: topic sentence, supporting sentence, and concluding sentence. So our supporting sentence will be the middle of the idea of the paragraph, and here we shall recap the details of topic sentence. We shall try to establish detailed discussion on topic sentence, and supporting sentence will be elaborate and descriptive writing. The supporting sentence support the topic sentence, that is, they explain and elaborate the point of the paragraph. They explain and elaborate the point of the paragraph. The idea or introductory topic we shall discuss in supporting sentence. The last part of the structure of the paragraph is the concluding sentence. The concluding sentence is the last sentence in the paragraph. Last sentence in the paragraph, it should briefly end the paragraph and try to link topic. Another way we can say the concluding sentence. At the end of the paragraph is the concluding sentence, which sums up the argument of the paragraph. So concluding sentence is very important, because in concluding sentence we shall try to establish our topic and we shall try to sum up of the whole paragraph. It may be 2 or 3 sentences, but informative sentence will be written for expression clear idea of the paragraph. Dear students, what is this? It is a burger. A burger is very similar to a paragraph. A burger has 3 parts or 3 structure, and paragraph has 3 structure. If we can compare the first or the upper portion of the burger with a paragraph, a topic sentence, and middle portion of the burger in a paragraph, supporting sentences, and the last part, the concluding sentence. Look at here, first part and last part almost same. So in the concluding sentence we shall try to establish the topic sentence, and supporting sentence will be the details idea of the writing a paragraph. Other features of paragraph. A good paragraph contains many elements. Here are just a few of them. These are unity and coherence. As mentioned above, the ideas in a paragraph should logically fit together. Dear students, look at the slide. In the middle of the slide, here is written here, paragraphs should logically fit together. Furthermore, they should flow from one idea to the next. So we should write paragraph in such a way that one sentence is related to the another sentence. Maybe they are interrelated or their idea will be interrelated, so that our flow will be perfect. The paragraph should be organized in a way that it builds appropriately. This could be by sequence of ideas or events. So we have maintained sequence or one event after one event. We have to maintain the logical sequence. Additionally, transitions should be used from one sentence to the next that connect the idea and concept. So our transition means one sentence to go another sentence. A paragraph is written with developing process. We have to sequence the developing process. In order for a paragraph to consider adequate or sufficient, the paragraph should be well developed. A paragraph is developed by, first one, very beginning we shall try to write the definition, and then we try to write the example for establishing the fact of the definition, and then for any necessary we can write classification, and we can also use comparison, different kind of comparison here, and also contrast, and F, generalization. You can generalize the idea or thought in different way, and last, cause and effect. So please maintain this type of process for writing a paragraph, then your paragraph will be appropriate. There are some important points for writing paragraph. First one, your paragraph should be written in simple sentence. In writing paragraph, you cannot use any complex or compound sentence. If you use simple sentence, your paragraph would be attractive or lucrative. Second one, be careful about maintaining tense. So in a single paragraph, you cannot mingle past tense or present tense or past tense or future tense. Always try to maintain unique tense. I think only present tense or only past tense or only future tense. But if necessary, you can use present tense with future tense. Just try to avoid present tense with past tense or future tense with past tense. And at the last moment, I mean interesting. Your paragraph should be interesting. As sensible, all the events, all the action in a paragraph will be sensible. Without sensible, your paragraph will not be clear for your reader. That is why your paragraph and your sentence will be sensible. And last one, innovation. You can use some innovative idea, some innovative sentence, some innovative information. That is why your paragraph will be more attractive. And it is a $1 million question. How long is a paragraph? How long is a paragraph? A paragraph have not a set length. It is the exact definition or exact idea. There is no any specific length for paragraph. There is no set length to a paragraph. Some paragraphs are only one sentence in length. However, a short paragraph like that should be left only to the expert writer or a specific style of writing. So paragraph completely depend on the writer style, his way of expression, his using language, but make sure that a paragraph must be a single para. So in a single para, one can use lot of sentence, lot of idea. Paragraph need to be long enough to express any given idea, long enough to truly explain the topic sentence. Your idea will be very clear and long so that anyone can understand your idea. Research papers may call for paragraphs 10 sentences or longer. So genuinely it is a practice in the world that a paragraph will be 10 sentences or more. Below 10 sentence will be not a good paragraph, and below 10 sentence one cannot express one's idea clearly. But if anyone can write any single sentence uh, with maintaining different line or more than 10 lines or 5 lines, one single sentence also will be a paragraph. So it is completely depends on writer's capability of writing. There are some questions here. By answering the questions, we can write a paragraph on day laborer. First question is, who is day laborer? What about his education? What type of works does he do? First question is the answering for the introductory idea of the paragraph. Second question is, what does a day laborer work? Which works does he do? How does he maintain his work? What type of problem does he face? Where does he live and sometimes how? What does he do when he suffers from ailments? Why does he do so? That ailments mean sickness, suffering from disease. And question number F, what should government find out and why? Now we shall try to answer this question. Now we shall try to write a paragraph by answering the question of the previous slide, and our paragraph will be on a day laborer. There is a paragraph here, and this paragraph is taken from Navodut book, page number 496, class 6. There are different colors in this paragraph: green, red, blue, and black. So each color contains one question answer. A, B, C, D, E, F. There are six questions here. So by answering 6 questions, we shall try to write a complete paragraph on a day laborer. Our first question is, who is a day laborer? What about his education? What type of works does he do? There are 3 questions of the first question, and the first question is divided into 3 parts. So answer here, a day laborer is a very common person in our society. Generally, a person working on the basis of daily wage is called a day laborer. He is usually illiterate and does menial jobs for his living. He is a very active person who does heavy and unskilled work. So this is the answer of the question number A. It needs 3 lines for answering the question number A. Our second question is, where does a day laborer work? Which works does he do? 2 questions in the question number B, and answer will be, a day laborer works in a various places. Usually they are found in the markets, railway stations, bus stands, in the farmlands, at the construction sites, and almost everywhere in the country. The duty of a day laborer is to carry load and unload goods. This is the second part of the answer. This is the answer of the second question. Now third question is, how does he maintain his work? What type of problem does he face? The question number C, answer will be his daily activities are to work, earn money, and to maintain his family with a small income. A day laborer faces difficult problems. Sometimes he is ill paid or unpaid. This is the answer of the question number C. Now question D is where does he live and sometimes how? Question number D, and answer will be he has to live in dirty slums, sometimes without food. On a rainy day or a hot day, he has to go without any work. This increases his sorrows. Now question number E, what does he do when he suffers from ailments? The answer will be sometimes a day laborer suffers from various ailments, but he does not have the means to go to a doctor. Now our last question is what should government find out and why? The answer will be the government should find out ways for a better life for them. So this is the complete paragraph on a day laborer, and this paragraph is based on your grammar book Nabudut, and I think you can find out or you can apply all the rule and regulation for writing paragraph clear way. Thank you very much for listening the lecture carefully. Do not go outside. Always try to follow the instruction from World Health Organization, which you can get from via internet or different kind of social media. And this information will help you to fight against COVID-19. And my last request to you, please respect your parents and try to help them so that they will be benefited in their family activities.